Sparking Zero's major DLC drop is finally out, and with all the incredible characters it added, it was guaranteed to give creators an entirely new wave of inspiration for custom battles. And true to form, a massive wave of new stories have landed in the world library. If you're new around here, this is a series on the channel where I showcase your Sparking Zero custom battles. I received an absolute ton of them this time around, so sit back, grab a snack, and let's jump right into it. During a day of meditation, Piccolo senses a dark, corrupt energy manifest on Earth. Arriving at the source, he finds Android 17, but before he can question why 17's radiating such malice, the android turns around and addresses Piccolo as a demon. 17 declares that true peace can never exist on Earth until Bulma's friends are all eliminated. Unsure what has possessed him, Piccolo resolves to do whatever it takes to bring him back to his senses. This version of Android 17 is immensely powerful, forcing Piccolo into a desperate struggle just to dodge incoming attacks. 17 orders him to stand down and accept his fate, but Piccolo refuses, getting ready to charge back in for round 2. The match halts abruptly as the real Android 17 limps onto the battlefield, visibly fighting against whatever rogue programming is hijacking his mind. The corrupted clone snaps at him to get his act together, screaming that Dr. Hedo requires his compliance to restore peace back to the planet. All of this leaving Piccolo completely speechless. The two 17s turn back to Piccolo and ready to resume the onslaught as the original 17 apologizes, admitting that he can no longer control his own body. The androids tag in and out, tag teaming Piccolo in the middle of the city.
That stands in my way. Ready to get started? Die! You maggot! Let's end this. Yeah? Uh-oh, too much for you?
The new 17 orders the original to finish off a severely weakened Piccolo. But before that blow lands, Gohan drops into the center of the ruins completely enraged. He kicks the old 17 away from Piccolo and takes over the fight from here. Piccolo offers to assist in this battle, but Gohan tells him to fall back. He notices that Piccolo's energy is spent, but he promises to hold the battle on until Goku can arrive. Accessing Dr. Hedo's database, the new 17 identifies who Gohan is and states that the Red Ribbon Army has no intention of letting any Saiyans survive. Gohan squares off against a pair of androids hell-bent on his destruction. The 17s mock him, claiming that without Goku on the planet, the heroes have zero hope of winning. But unfazed by this, Gohan powers straight into his ultimate form, declaring that the one who will protect Earth is standing right in front of them. Gohan now begins to hold both of the opponents back, taking complete command of the match before blasting them back with the Kamehameha. For the original Android 17, this situation is torturous. He retains his own thoughts, he's fully conscious and feels every drop of pain, yet his body moves entirely on its own. He is forced to fight people he calls friends. Warriors he stood shoulder to shoulder with in the Tournament of Power just months prior. Completely powerless to utter a single word to stop it. Both androids are left gasping for air as Gohan urges them to drop this senseless scheme. The clone staggers back to its feet, barking that setbacks mean nothing and Dr. Hedo's grand design will still come to fruition. Suddenly, the original 17 feels his body violently react to the other's command. Barely able to break through the mental shackles, he cries out for Gohan to run away, fully aware of the horrifying transformation that's about to occur. Gohan realizes what's happening, but fleeing isn't an option. He has to win this fight to keep everyone safe. The old 17's body is forcefully overridden and completely assimilated, merging with his clone into a single terrifying entity. The newly born Super 17 treats Gohan like a ragdoll, moving at speeds too fast for the hybrid Saiyan to even track. Just as Gohan braces himself for a devastating final blast, the sky suddenly plunges into total darkness. Both combatants look up to realize Shenron has just been summoned. Piccolo used the wish to unlock his ultimate potential and races back to the city to rescue Gohan. Super 17 greets the Namekian warrior and their clash starts again. Piccolo's initial powered-up state fails to impress Super 17 and the battle presses on. With defeat looming over him, Piccolo forces past his limits, unlocking his orange form. Super 17 admits that this new power is impressive, but dismisses it as it's still not enough to take him on, unleashing a relentless barrage of ki blasts directly onto the Namekian. With Piccolo seemingly beaten to death, Gohan's fury shatters all restraints, erupting as Beast Gohan now takes the field. For the first time, Super 17 freezes, fully overcome by terror. Staring at Gohan, he sees the exact same face, the exact same raw, unbridled rage that he witnessed through Cell's eyes. The two titans clash in a brutal back and forth war, but Super 17's overwhelming power begins to wear Gohan down. Now moving in for the killing blow, Super 17 suddenly locks up, unable to pull the trigger. Flashes of Android 16 and the speech he gave Gohan about protecting the things he loves cut through the programming. The original 17's consciousness claws its way back to the surface, seizing full control of the body. He snaps back to reality, taking in the devastation his mutated form has just wreaked upon the Earth. Before anyone can catch their breath, a deafening explosion echoes from the city center. Gravity begins to warp in the city, and Cell Max bursts from the dust. All three fighters immediately pivot to assault the massive rampaging menace. 17 is swatted away instantly, and Gohan and Piccolo scramble for a strategy to bring this monster down. Nothing they're attacking him with is even leaving a scratch. From the rubble, 17 pulls himself back up. Even though he's wrapped in the sins of a villain, he refuses to let the world fall, swearing to use this evil power to save the planet. With one final coordinated assault, the trio obliterates Cell Max for good. Before taking off, Super 17 looks at Gohan and tells him to keep training, reminding him that the Earth needs him to stay strong. Android 16 is counting on them after all. With that, he flies away towards the new Red Ribbon Army base, hell-bent on getting revenge on Dr. Hedo. This entire story unfolds within a single, surprisingly difficult battle. It's actually really impressive. If this is ever redone and given to us in longer episodes, I think having one dedicated to how the new Android 17 took down the old one would be really interesting to see. Two Saiyans collapse to the ground, no longer breathing. The men responsible are those they once considered allies. Shugesh and Borgos have been slain, leaving only Fasha and Tora left in the fight. Both struggle against this tier of Frieza's elite soldiers, both driven by a burning desire to avenge their friends and take out these traitors. Now they fare much better here than the main series and are barely able to defeat the ambushers, but this leaves them face to face with the commanding officer Dodoria. The brutal enforcer toys with them, leading the two Saiyans to believe they might actually win before striking them down. The squad leader Bardock arrives shortly after to find the majority of his team lying dead. Tora, clinging to life with his final breath, warns Bardock about Frieza ordering this ambush. Bardock's mind floods with memories of his fallen crew and his last real-time training with Tora. Right there in the middle of Planet Meat, the timeline diverges, Bardock's ki skyrockets, and he unleashes the fabled Super Saiyan transformation. Now this doesn't impress Dodoria at first, but with a base power level sitting around 10,000, applying that standard 50 times Super Saiyan multiplier places Bardock at a staggering 500,000, vastly eclipsing Dodoria's 24,000. He starts to panic and Dodoria unleashes everything he has into a massive ki blast, but it bounces off the Saiyan without leaving a scratch. Bardock retaliates with one single ki blast that eliminates one of Frieza's top right hand men. Now exhausted, Bardock's powers down to his base form, his mind flooded by the realization that Frieza truly fears the potential of the Saiyan race. The story pauses here, but this leaves many different paths we can go from here. While Bardock lacks the strength to challenge Frieza directly at this stage, he could slip away to Earth with his son and stay out of sight until he grows stronger, or charge headfirst into a battle that eventually realigns the timeline. But if Frieza encountered a Super Saiyan this early, would destroying him inflate his ego, or would the terrifying threat of another one awakening prompt him to wipe out the remaining Saiyans under his rule much sooner? Only time will tell. It has been some time since Oob left to train with Goku, and the time has come for the young prodigy to expand his horizons, step away from Goku's shadow, and finally let his true power shine. The two head up to Kami's lookout and meet with Beerus, the god of destruction, who is deeply curious about the boy Goku took under his wing. They need a sparring partner capable of drawing out Oob's hidden potential, prompting Goku to make a special request. Pikkon, the legendary warrior Goku met back in Otherworld, is brought to Earth to train the reincarnation of Majin Buu and give Oob a real fight. Pikkon recognizes this formidable warrior lying dormant inside the kid, but Oob is completely terrified. Goku urges him to rise to the occasion if he wants to become a true martial artist. Initially, a gameplay restriction makes Oob feel weak, instantly annoying not only the player but both Beerus and Goku, who know the boy is capable of so much more. Pikkon unleashes a relentless barrage of attacks, knocking Oob out cold. Disappointed by the showing, Beerus prepares to leave, declaring the boy a waste of time. Goku stops the destroyer, turning his attention to Oob. He tells the boy that the world isn't a peaceful place, and if he wants to protect his home and his family, he has to find the strength to stand up. The words strike a chord. Oob staggers back to his feet, fully dialed in and ready to resume the fight. Clearing his head, Oob begins to strategize, clashing with Pikkon on near equal footing and slowly turning the battle in his favor. He lands a heavy, impressive blow on Pikkon, and Oob looks over to his master for approval, drawing grins of excitement from both Goku and Beerus. Pikkon praises the boy's growth before shifting gears to show off his true power. Unfazed, Oob matches that explosive force step for step. He may lack Pikkon's refined technique, but he is determined to find a way to win. It's a pitch-perfect echo of a younger Goku. The match grows increasingly more brutal, but Oob digs deep, tapping into even more of his latent power to finally overcome Pikkon. Walking over, Beerus attempts to put the boy in his place and remind him that infinitely stronger warriors still exist across the universe. Instead of shrinking back in fear, Oob defiantly demands a match against the God of Destruction, insisting he still has plenty of fight left in him. The sheer audacity actually infuriates Beerus, who raises a hand to vaporize the kid for speaking out of line. Goku steps in to shield Oob, prompting Beerus to back down with a smirk, conceding that the boy takes the win for today. Before Oob sets off on the next leg of his journey, Beerus, Whis, and Goku converse, agreeing that Earth is ultimately in remarkable capable hands. It's an incredible match, one that feels like an organic continuation of the manga's epilogue. Even if Pikkon is here, the story flows so naturally into the overarching series that it feels right at home. Now these next two are vastly different stories that are set in the exact same time and place. The 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai is underway, but the competitor lineup features an unexpected face. After realizing just how outclassed he was when Demon King Piccolo emerged, Roshi pushed his training to a grueling new extreme. Disguised once again as Jackie Chun, he steps into the tournament and defeats Piccolo Jr. in the semifinals, saving Kami in the process while also sparing Piccolo's life. The final round arrives. Goku is eager to throw down with Piccolo, but finds himself facing his disguised master instead. Goku starts to show off a surprising amount of cockiness here. Before the match starts, Chun warns Goku that raw strength won't cut it. He has to fight like a true martial artist. The battle is almost even, and Goku forces Jackie Chun to unleash his full-powered, bulky form to kick off the second phase of the match. And props to the creator for the difficulty here. I was not expected to get pushed around as much as I did. There is a constant stream of random items and status effects that fluctuate to buff or nerf both players mid-fight. I was easily on the ropes for most of the match. Once Jackie goes down, the two are shown operating on equal footing, moving at speeds too fast for anyone in the arena to track. Both warriors charge their Kamehamehas, and the resulting explosion completely vaporizes the arena, leaving both standing amongst the rubble with one clear winner. Goku, unfortunately, stepped out of bounds, losing the tournament to his master once more. Roshi passes down another message. Raw strength alone won't always let you win the match. This one's short and sweet. Sticking to the official timeline means Goku never takes a tournament victory for the rest of his life. There's plenty of humor in that fact that the strongest mortal on Earth is permanently cursed to never actually win a human martial arts tournament. We are back at the tournament, but this time it starts normally, briefly touching on the manga's events with Goku reuniting with his friends and facing Piccolo Jr. As their rivalry builds, a Saiyan space pod secretly touches down on Earth. The match begins with Goku and Chi-Chi, and that plays out as usual, ending with Goku's victory and their marriage agreement. Meanwhile, Raditz arrives on Earth detecting a power spike that instantly vanishes, leading him straight to his brother Kakarot. Back at the tournament, Goku and Tien clash in their match. Goku's immense growth allows him to defeat the former champion, setting up the fated final match against Piccolo. Goku pushes Piccolo to use every trick in his arsenal, steadily gaining the upper hand. But just as Piccolo prepares to blow up the arena, an armored warrior drops into the center of the ring, shouting out to Goku, angry that civilization still stands. Raditz reveals his identity, sharing the truth of their heritage and explaining that Goku was sent to wipe out Earth's population. Raditz extends an invitation to join him in the last of the Saiyans in planetary conquest, but Goku flatly refuses, mirroring the original timeline. Piccolo is furious that an outsider dared to interrupt his revenge. He screams that if Raditz wants Goku, he has to wait in line. Refusing to let Raditz hijack the tournament, Piccolo demands that Goku team up with them. But they aren't the only ones ready to fight. Every single one of Goku's friends step in, willing to put their lives on the line to protect Goku and the Earth. A frantic 5-on-1 boss battle begins, requiring you to constantly swap characters and master the new tag mechanic just to survive this boss battle. Raditz is eventually beaten down to the mat. As he struggles to rise up, he plays the sympathy card, begging Goku for help and apologizing for his actions. Goku's forgiving nature makes him want to offer a second chance, but Piccolo sees right through this transparent ruse. As Raditz feigns weakness to catch them off guard, Piccolo steps in and blasts him through the chest. Goku explodes in anger, cursing Piccolo for murdering a defenseless opponent. The two lock eyes and immediately resume their final battle. The dust settles with Goku claiming victory, just like the original timeline before offering Piccolo a senzu bean. That single act of mercy plants a seed in Piccolo's mind, making him question what truly sets Goku apart and where his incredible strength comes from. This is a really fun scenario, though once Vegeta and Nappa catch wind of Raditz's debts, they would drop onto Earth and spell absolute doom for everyone there. But the Saiyans wouldn't know about the Dragon Balls, and who knows, maybe Raditz might have just operated independently here. And knowing Goku, discovering someone that strong exists in the cosmos would immediately put him into overdrive in his training. I'm curious to see where if this goes into something. There's a butterfly effect that opens up so many fascinating directions that this could take. And that's all I have for you guys for today. Now I still have a ton more of custom battles lined up to cover. Next week we're taking a look at a GT Tournament of Power set after Goku leaves with Shenron, and a really fun retelling of the Namek saga that includes Chi-Chi. So make sure you guys stay tuned for those and much more. And as always, I toss the question back to you guys. Which of these custom scenarios caught your interest the most? Where would you take the stories from here? If you guys want to share your own custom battle scenarios to be showcased on the channel, look out for my community posts, or you could email them to me or send them to my socials. I'll have them linked in the description down below. Anyways, that's enough for me. It's been your local overanalyzer, Artellings, and I hope you have yourself a damn good one.